Hi, Bianca. I'm going to do your 30-minute reading now. So, I'm going to be exploring some different things. For one, you're taking care of this dog, Sammy, and you've got 2 dogs of your own, and now Sammy makes 3. And you sort of took Sammy in from a family member, and you just feel like maybe it's not the right home, and you're kind of overwhelmed with 3 dogs. So, I'm going to explore and see what Spirit has to share about that. And then 2, you're really trying to develop your psychic abilities. You're experiencing some really cool things with healing powers. Zeta healing power is what you call it. And it feels like a spiral out of your hands. It's so different than Reiki, you say. So you want to know a little bit more about this. You say you do get pictures sometimes, but you want them to come through better. You're also practicing to see auras and wondering if you'd be able to develop this more. And then also, too, you have some medications that you take regularly, but you're really trying to move on from those and just wanting me to explore that as a possibility. So I'm just going to relax and we'll see what we can come up with, okay? So, Spirit guys asked me where I want to start. They're showing me, as they asked, they're showing me an image here of a butterfly. And the butterfly is yellow in the wings, and then it's sitting on top of a black nose, like a dog's nose. And the dog is looking at the butterfly, and the eyes are going, like, it's like looking inward at a butterfly on the nose, so the eyes are like turned in like that. The dog's just looking at it. There was, his paw maybe to bat it out, but he only lifts it up. He never actually moves the butterfly. He's still just looking at it with the eyes going inward like that. Cross-eyed. He's cross-eyed. Trying to examine or understand what is on his nose. We are seeing this is actually a little tiny fairy. It's not a butterfly. It actually looks like a person, like a little person with big yellow wings. It's the size of a butterfly, though. She's smiling. She's got black hair. She's got little antennae as well. She's cute. She's sitting on the dog's nose looking at the dog. The dog is still cross-eyed looking back at her. She's giggling. She's walking closer to the dog's eyes. It's a well-trained dog. She's going to try and see if she can get the dog to move. She's giggling so much. She thinks this is so funny. She likes this dog. She's leaning now, sort of kicks back between, so the dog's nose goes like this, right? So she's got her legs sort of kicked up here, and then she's leaning back, and then got her arms behind her head, and so she's just sort of hanging out right there on the dog. And the dog's not moving. The dog is still standing still, but his eyes aren't necessarily cross-eyed. I'm waiting. It's bothersome to me because I can feel this weight here and it's bothersome to me. And I can't see it anymore. I can't see it on my nose. I feel it here, but I can't see what's there anymore. But I can feel it here. I am asking the fairy to please jump on my hand so you're not bothering the dog anymore. I am actually using my fingers and moving her specifically. She's hard to get rid of. It feels like it's a long time. It feels like I can't, no matter what I do, no matter what I try, I still feel this bothered feeling, and I can't, when I try to pick her up, my fingers go through her. And when I tell her to be gone or try to say she's invisible, she's not actually there, there's still a part of her is saying, I'm still here. I mean, I'm doing all kinds of stuff here, so give me a moment. And I'm going to continue to interact with the scene. We'll see what it all means, okay? I'm having the dog lay down and close his eyes and fall asleep for a little while. So it's interesting. He's laying down and his vision is sort of looking off into the distance. He's really feels deeply, and he's in sort of a, like, you don't realize dogs actually can have deep contemplative moments. There's no real thoughts or understanding, but they can feel deeply. And that's just an instinctive moment of just really having a deep feeling, but no real, it just kind of is there. And so as he's laying down, his eyes are sort of just looking off, and he's not really moving. His eyes aren't closed anymore. They're just sort of looking off. But I'm not paying attention to her anymore. I'm paying attention to the way that he's feeling. Okay, I see an arm. It's got some sort of glove on it, and it's being rolled up, and it's kind of a tan. It's kind of skin color, I guess. There's the appearance as though the dog is actually a man laying down on his side. I feel like like a military medical person, and I'm going to be healing a soldier. I'm seeing simultaneously a scene of like literally a soldier on a battlefield. It's more modern. It's not old school style. Maybe it's older school than I can understand. He doesn't have a shirt on, and he's got a gash on his side. I'm exploring it, this cut. I am tending to the wound. I'm using scissor and snipping where I had just sewn some closure. He feels a lot of pain in his side. I'm telling him it's going to be okay. But he still feels the pain. So you can tell him that, but he still feels the pain. He's showing me something else. He's showing me that he's got a pain in his knee as well. It's no cut or anything, so I'm not really sure what's wrong with his knee. His knee looks like it's blown up. It's too big. It's like twice the size of a normal kneecap. He's really saying, ow, 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 really bad. Like it really, really, really hurts really bad. I'm spinning 2 orbs around it. I am pulling out some old energy from there, like old cartilage or something. They literally said old cartilage. I don't even know what that would mean, but that's what they said, so I'm just pulling it out. I'm telling you, this energy work is really effective. It's feeling really positive. It's feeling a lot better. This is huge, Bianca. This is more like an energy service for Sammy than, I'm telling you, this is a really big deal. What this knee issue is really causing some sort of, it feels strange in my intestinal region, but the healing is really huge. I can feel it really warm in my sort of digestive region. How it's not affecting my knee, it's affecting my digestive region. He really wants the pain to go away. It's happening, that's improving, but it's not complete yet. They keep showing me Sammy laying on the floor just in a state of rest. As I'm also seeing a version of a man with holding his knee, who just got his side sewn up from a wound. The wound is healing. They're showing me the heart. Showing me the heart has sort of a layer of energy. It's sort of like you could knock on it like a crust or something. It has to do, it's energy crust. It's sort of like the heart is not feeling alive like should. So I'm just doing work to help heal the heart and help the heart feel connected to love, right? There's some serious imbalanced feelings. It's really strange because I'm literally doing spiritual healing for Sammy right now, and so I usually do spiritual healing for human beings. I wasn't really sure how Spirit was going to approach this request, and they're wanting me to do spiritual healing work for Sammy to help him feel happier, help him feel just happier. They aren't saying whether or not you need to let Sammy go to another home. They're just wanting to focus on giving Sammy some energy work to help him feel happy now. So I'm helping to reduce it's turning into a liquid. This crust is turning into a liquid. I can feel it on my heart. It's really impressive. They're saying, how are you able to heal a dog? Does the dog give you permission to heal it? I'm saying dogs are impressively open to experiences of love. And animals really are open. I've done healing for my pets. And it's sort of like they know and they're really receptive to it. And it's just like you're giving them a hug. They're way more connected to energy and sensitive to that stuff than we human beings are. And so it's pretty interesting what happens. So I'm saying it's love that I'm sharing with Sammy. And so that's all I know. And he's receptive to it. That's what I understand. They're showing me again, Sammy is wanting me to rub his tummy. While I'm also still focusing on the heart. While I'm also still seeing this version of a man who's starting to calm down about his knee. This is all taking place while he's dreaming, because I'm also examining this part with the fairy, which the fairy is not there. He's in a dream state. This is healing that frustration here. The fairy is totally sweet, but it clearly has meaning to it about how Sammy feels. You're just focusing energy and love. Sammy's now sitting up. I'm giving Sammy a hug and just sharing love in that way. It helps him. Something he feels. I don't know how to describe it. There's something he likes about feeling useful. There's something that he likes about feeling needed or wanted. He feels useful when I'm giving him a hug because he feels like he's helping me feel better, although I'm helping him feel better. It's really interesting because when I give him a hug, I'm giving him a hug because human beings hug each other when they're feeling it's like a human gesture, right? But when I give Sammy a hug, he really is saying, oh, I'm helping her feel better. She's happy now because I'm here, because he feels like he's got a job or a responsibility, and it makes him feel really happy when he feels needed to share love, that he's needed for love, making other people feel loved. It's really crazy, but Sammy would be awesome at like a nursing home or visit to a hospital. I mean, that's really what it feels like. He feels like it's his job to let people hug him. I'm telling you, it's really awesome because the love in his heart is filling my heart. I'm really surprised by this. I didn't know that was going to happen. I was inspired to hug him because I just want him to feel loved, but that makes him feel like he has a responsibility. And that is what makes him feel like he's being a good dog. It's really interesting. It's very, very meaningful. They're saying, so what do you feel that Sammy needs? I'm saying he needs to feel like he has a purpose. And the purpose isn't, it's like he wants to go to work. But what his impression of work is not what we would think. It's more like if you give him a hug, he feels like he's doing his job and he's helping you feel better. He really wants to help people feel better. That's the best I can describe it. He wants to help people feel better. And that's what he feels like his job is. That's what they're saying. So let's see. So he wants to shake hands on this. This is really good. This was a really good interaction. I'm actually throwing him a ball and we'll see what he thinks about this. He can actually be trained very well. Like, he's showing me that he can roll over and that he can catch a ball and bring it back too. He actually likes being trained. I mean, he's really happy when he feels like he's doing his job. And it could be he feels like he's doing his job when he's catching the ball and bringing it back. He feels like he's doing his job when you need him to roll over. He feels like he's doing his job. And that's what makes him happy. He feels like he's doing his job when we can shake on it. And it's weird because his happiness is devoted to making you happy. So when he's learned how to shake or whatever, he's like, yes, I'm doing my job. I'm making my master or owner happy. But he really wants to feel useful. It's really interesting. So I'm asking if what else. So this dog, okay. They're showing me that you have a spiritual side, and this dog can actually be trained to help you with spiritual tasks. I don't know this dog could be trained to see auras or something. This dog could be trained as crazy as this dog could tell you, it could be a spiritually trained dog. That's what they're showing me. They're basically showing me an image of you, and you're working with crystals, and Sammy is letting you know something very important about a crystal and is barking to let you know whatever it is you need to know. And Sammy seems to understand spiritual work better than we could imagine, and could actually be trained to sense things out and then tell you the answer to them through speaking. Through a bark. This is a simple example. Sammy, is this crystal activated energetically? Is it energetically alive? Do I need to do... Sammy would be like, bark, yes, or bark, bark, no. I mean, it's as crazy as... I don't know how you would train a dog to do that, but Sammy would be able to do that. Again, they're indicating training classes, taking Sammy. And I know you said this makes 3 dogs for you, so it's really overwhelming. But this is what they're showing me, that Sammy would love to have more smarts training. Like, wants to be useful dog, wants to be a worker dog. That's what this is like for me. And it's surprisingly, I mean, I haven't interacted with many animals, but I'm surprised by how quiet he seems to be. I expected more like tail wagging type of madness, but it's more kind of reserved and not loud, energetically loud. It's more soft and gentler. I was surprised by that. I was expecting louder. I'm going to explore, so I'm just going to share that about Sammy. I'm going to try and connect with you, Bianca, associated with your other questions, okay? I'll let you decide what's best for Sammy. This is what they're sharing with me. They're saying the energy that I've shared with Sammy is felt by this dog and experienced, and it feels warm, and it feels nurturing, and it feels like he's getting his belly rubbed or like pet behind the ears. It feels cozy, and it feels good and positive. So I'm waiting for something. Okay. I'm trying to disconnect so I can connect with you now. It's a little bit trickier. I'm trying to connect with you, and it's a little bit more complicated. I think I'm still connected with Sammy still. They're saying just be patient. There's some sort of I guess reorganizing my energy field so that I know how to talk to you now, Bianca. Like I can sense you better. I'm starting to feel a lot better. Starting to be more balanced. I see sort of like you standing on a platform, and then there's like fan blades, and there's lots of them. There'd be like 30 of them, and they're kind of like a curvature, like an S shape almost. And then there's lots of them, and they're going really fast, spinning around, and you're just on the little circle in the center. Like it's a fan, like you are the post that holds up the fan itself. And so that's kind of what it's like. But it's a super fan. You're small. You're very small. The fan is going really, really fast, and as it goes faster, it starts to kind of shake back and forth. You're no longer acting like the post. You're just a really short human being, even shorter than the post that would sort of a fan would hang from your ceiling. You want to jump off. You're going down, 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 down. You're on the carpet, and it's crazy to... It's like the carpet has fibers that are like strings, and there's lots and lots of them. And they're almost like halfway. You're like maybe just... Let's just say you're like 5 inches tall or something. You're 6 inches tall or something. And so these fibers are like way taller than I've never seen fibers so close up before. It's weird. You're opening them. Something is coming out of the ground here. I have no clue what it is. I don't know if it's a Statue of Liberty. It also looks like a finger with a glove on that's brown. It's sort of looking around. There's literally what looks like a mirage of the Statue of Liberty here too. Also the size of you. Like it's a little miniature. The female holding up a torch. And there's a little finger, and it's doing this from a tiny little hole. And sort of you opened up the fibers, and this is what we see. I'm grabbing the finger. There's something silly about this. It's like cats, you know? Like if you put your fingers under the door and the cat's on the other side, it tries to get the fingers, you know? And then you try and pull the cat's paw through the other side of the door, and the cat freaks out. There's something like this. Like the finger's like doing this, and you're like, I got you. And the finger's like, no, you can't have me. There's something funny like that going on with it. Now the finger is moving out, and there's an eyeball looking up. I am moving the fibers, and actually it's moving the floor away so I can see who's down here. And it's a face, but I see the eyeball extremely clearly. It's weird because now it's as if the floor is a window, and it's sort of being tilted upright, and now we're like knocking on a window, and we're looking at a person on the other side of the window. But it still is a floor with a window, and we're looking down. Same time. It's sort of like, am I inside or am I outside? It's fascinating because when I'm inside looking at this eyeball looking upward at me, it's like I'm inside looking out. But then when the image shows me the other side, we're actually outside looking in. But they're inside looking out now at us, which is you, this little person, knocking on the window. Sometimes the window gets fogged up, and I'm moving the particles so I can see in or out, and from, I mean, you get both sides of the window here. I was thinking about breaking the glass, but something's like, I don't want that person in here. That's kind of weird. I don't like that eyeball looking at me, and it's just kind of, I mean, I don't really want to know who that is. Like, okay, so you're actually interested in looking at the other side, but you don't want to get to know what's there? Is this what this is about? It's a window looking at the other side, like at the spirit realm. But you're knocking, but yet you don't want to really know who's there and knocking back, so to speak. It's like, well, I'm interested. I'm curious. You're obviously curious. You're moving things around. You're curious. You want to see what's there. And what's there is actually trying to get your attention. It wants to interact with you, but it's baby steps right now. And here you on the other side of the window knocking, they could open it up at any time. They aren't. There's something about this, because whenever I have you knock, and about the moment that they'll open it up, we flip it, and I'm again looking down at the eyeball in the face. But all I can see really is this big eye, like an eyeball, and it's sort of looking at the window, through this like window on the floor. This has to do with you and interacting with the spirit realm. Some part of you feel, I'm a little surprised. There's just kind of like a fogginess, like you feel like the spirit realm is too contaminated with evil and dark stuff, and that you have to do a lot of extra effort to make sure that dark stuff doesn't come in. The thing is when you fear or when you feel like it's dark, now you create it. You actually create that experience. So now you feel the need to protect yourself from it. There's something about this, because some part of you is knocking, but you're afraid of who might be knocking back. And because of that, you're kind of creating a weird fogginess. You don't need to. You're totally safe, Bianca. But how do I help you truly understand that? How do I help you feel that way inside your heart? How do I help you understand what that feels like, or how to be balanced with that? That's something you have to choose for yourself and choose to realize for yourself. And I know a lot of people just want to know, how do I protect myself from the spirit realm? You're part of the spirit realm. The spirit realm is full of angels. It's full of light. It's full of heaven. Why do you feel like you need to be seeing and feeling and experiencing the hell of the spirit realm? You don't have to. You can actually choose to feel, see, experience the heaven of the spirit realm all the freaking time. Do you know how many infinite nightmares are out there that you aren't feeling? Do you know how many infinite loves are out there that you aren't feeling as well? How many souls do you actually interact with on a day-to-day basis from an infinite universe? Like, how many souls are in an infinite universe? You're already protected far more than you realize. Like, if you weren't protected, you literally would be being smashed by everything. That's how it would feel. It's like, there's too many like thoughts and souls and feelings in my brain. I'm gonna freak out. So you're already protected. You know what I mean? You aren't. This spirit realm is full of so much love. It's filled with so much love. So what we're gonna do here is I'm actually gonna I'm helping you to see that there's love here. I'm just creating a reflection of love and comfort, and it's okay to be curious and then go one step further with it. They're really showing me something that I'm supposed to tell you. Okay, so to help you learn how to feel protected or feel safe, one thing you need to do, because this is clearly one of the biggest things that you need to be focusing on, is okay, let me see. How do I do this? Basically, I work with Archangel Michael, but they're going to show me something specific for you. So, okay, so they're say, Archangel Michael, I really want to feel your presence in my life. I want to feel that when I knock on the spirit realm, that who's answering is you. Because I trust you. I know that you're an angel that I can trust. And I really want to feel that trust wrapping its wings around me. And they say, but you can go one step further with it too. You can say, Archangel Michael, will you please help me to feel protected by your energy? And you start baby steps. So you just start talking to Archangel Michael every day, all day long. And then you start to recognize that he's always there, and he's always there loving you and helping you, guiding you, protecting you. That little safety blanket is going to help you go one step further and say, okay, I'd like to know Archangel Raphael now. So, Michael, I really trust you. Raphael, I'd really like you to interact with me. I really want to feel your angelic presence. I really want to feel your reflection from the spirit realm. And now you have Archangel Michael that you're getting to know. Now you have Archangel Raphael that you're getting to know. You just one step at a time, okay? You start building up with what you know, and what you know that you can trust in. And once you get so comfortable feeling that angelic presence around you all the time, and say, okay, Michael, I know that you're here because I'm becoming really used to your energy, and I'm just starting to sense you here all the time. And now, Raphael, I sense you here too. So, okay, I'm asking you both to please introduce me to a very loving spirit that I could actually get to know, and then work with to help see auras, or help work with crystals more, or help with my channeling healing energy. Because you've learned how to trust them, now you are taking another baby step further into the spirit realm with their guidance and their love, to help introduce you to another spiritual being that can share their wisdom and healing and inspirations with you. Thing is, curiosity is great, but when you're curious and then you're kind of uncertain about what you might be getting back in return from your curiosity, you gotta wash that little muddy spot off, and you can do that very easily just by, you know what, the next 2 weeks, just talk to Archangel Michael every single day. And then start talking to Archangel Michael, and then just Archangel Raphael. And you just start doing that. They're really indicating that you're ready to grow, but some part of you is still hesitant because you're kind of unsure of what kind of garbage you might pick up on from the spirit realm. You don't worry about that. Archangel Michael's already there. Raphael's already there. Your spirit guides are already there. Heaven is already there. God is there. God, you are God. Like, we are all a part of each other, and within each and every one of us is the totality of all creation, which is Source, which is God, which is infinite, which is infinite love that creates. That is who you are. Don't you know that? That's who you are. That is who you choose to interact with. It's okay. It's far safer than you can imagine, but you create safety through just, having some very simple interactions with getting to know trust again, right? And then helping trust keep pushing you one step further and further and further out there until you're like, yay, it's the spirit realm. Who wants to hang out today? Now you can talk to anybody, and you can get to know anybody. And you do so with love. You do so with feeling empowered and full of love, and knowing that you are light, you are love, and that is all. That is who and what you are. Let's see what else they have to say. Oh, I know I'm running out of time, I guess. Let's see if I can. I'm trying to prompt anything there. Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to squeeze anything else I can get out of this, but that's all they're gonna let me share for right now. So, you're doing everything awesomely, one step at a time, and keep doing what you're doing. And I'll be curious to know how things go with Sammy. That's really fun experience for me. Thank you for that. And thank you, too, for your willingness to share this openly on YouTube for us all to learn. And then for those of you watching, if you're interested in a psychic reading or spiritual healing, please visit my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching.